Welcome to Baby Narc. So, Brian has been on another bender. Actually, you know what? I have to say, pretty much for the past 5 months, it's just been, he's been on meth like 3 days out of every week. So, now this is the most he's been on drugs, at least since I've been living here, and I've lived here for, I guess, like a little over 2 years. So in person, this is the first time I've seen him this off the rails, and that's probably why we've been fighting so much. So, I told you a couple of videos ago that I got this nasty text message yesterday morning going on and on about how he loves his ex-wife and he loves her sister, and I have no right to interfere with him hanging out with them, and I have absolutely no right to talk bad about them, and I should have let Samantha come over to my house for the little party. Oh my gosh. So just now, okay, so here's what happened. Last night while I was asleep, and then of course I got it this morning, he had already texted me, it was an apology kind of, but it was also still reiterating how wrong I am about the whole matter. And I'll talk about this in another video, but or here, I'll just say it now. So a little while back in another video, you'll see it, I already made it, about us being friends. So he has been, because he hammers things into my head continuously, and for the past couple of months, he has really been talking a lot about us just being friends. But of course, he won't come right out and say it because he knows that will freak me out. So he's been kind of testing the waters to see, like asking questions like, if we weren't, that whole thing, if we aren't together, would we still be friends? And then he says it in multiple different kinds of ways. And, I keep telling him, no, I don't want to just be friends. I love you. How can I just go from the feelings that I have for you now and just turn those off like it's a water faucet? Of course he can. He can turn feelings on and off because they're not even real anyway. But nevertheless, so in his text message, and I don't know if I said this part because it was so long, it also talked about how Samantha has been such a wonderful friend to him, and that he wishes that I could be like that. And, once again, back to the narcissist supply, he would never get rid of me out of his life. Even if I tried to get out of, completely out from underneath his thumb, he would track me down. I could live on Mars and he would get in a spaceship and come see me. That's what narcissists do. They don't ever get rid of you. And if you try to get rid of them, good luck. They're really the herpes. Let's stop calling them narcissists and just call them herpes, because that's what they are. I don't have herpes, so I don't know. Well, I do have herpes, and it's called Brian. Aw, that's so mean to call him herpes. But, so he's been testing the waters about us just being friends. And of course, I always say that he lies about everything, but you know what? He throws in a little bit of truth into things. And because he tricks me so much into not paying attention to his lies anymore, that a lot of times when he is telling me the truth, I miss it. So now I get it. Now I get that he has really been trying to break away from me in a relationship sort of way and just be friends. And then of course he needs me to be his friend because I'm a damn good friend and he knows it. And of course what he will expect is he will expect wifey benefits with us just being buddies. And and I got news for him. I'm at the point where that just ain't gonna happen. I mean, I'm almost at the point of just completely getting away from this dude as much as I possibly can. And of course, it's a process. So, no one who's in a narcissistic relationship should ever be judged about trying to get out, because you don't just go, oh, that's a fucked up situation, bye. I mean, I need to be like, boy, bye. Should have done that years ago. But it is tough, when somebody's got a grasp on your emotions and love. I'm starting to understand more about what love really is. Love is like an actual thing. Like maybe one day they will invent some sort of microscope to actually, or a machine to where they can actually see love. Like, I know it sounds weird, but I'm serious. Like, 1,000 years ago, nobody knew what air was, but obviously we're breathing it. So I'm telling you, love is a thing. And this man has a iron grip on my love for him. And of course, because he doesn't really want to let me go. He'll say that and act like that, but that's not true because he is a narcissist. This isn't just a regular relationship that I'm in. I am in hell with this fucking demon. And so even if hopefully when I get to the point where I am DONE done, he is still going to somehow insert himself into my life. I mean, I'm never going to be rid of this dude. Probably never. And that's why it's so toxic. So anyway, I'm kind of learning his games, and I've learned that my best defense against him is to do whatever he says. I mean, I know that sounds crazy, so hang on just a second, I'll explain. So he's been, let's just be friends kind of thing, like a lot, and saying it in all different kinds of ways. And so, and then the whole thing about, you don't know me, he's always saying, you don't know me. Please, I've made an entire YouTube channel about you, dude. I know you. Now everybody's gonna know you. So, no, I will never expose who he really is. I mean, that would be fucked up. I wouldn't want somebody doing that to me. But nevertheless, that energy is out there. So his story is being told, whether he knows about it. Hopefully he'll never know about it. But nevertheless, we're going to know. So, now, I don't have worries that he's going to be able to do this again to somebody else, because the thing about him is he's not a womanizer. I mean, he may try to be and think he is, but, if I was worried about that, I would expose him, if he was, had the possibility of doing this to some other chick, and if I ever find out about that, then I will, I know. It wouldn't be being mean. It would be protecting somebody from a life of hell. But for now, there's no sense in exposing him for real and being all going down that road. But so I beat him at his own game today. I sent him a video and I said, yeah, I was so sweet, like, as sweet as I could be. And I said, yeah, you know what? The things you said about me and how you think that, I've attacked you and I'm, so nasty to your friends. I called them friends. And that's not like me. That isn't me. And, you really got the wrong idea about me, and I'm really sad that, we've been together this long and you don't know who I am. I pulled that whole thing. You don't know who I am. And I said that a couple different times in different ways. And then I also said a couple of different ways that, yeah, let's just be friends. And then I did the whole thing about, let's just get to know each other. It's been 4 years. But see, that's the thing, though, is he doesn't want anyone to get to know him. And something else I was going to tell you is, I would say that for most of our relationship, it's mostly been on the phone. If I really want to admit to myself, I always told you that I have so many videos on an old phone that I watch, and on this phone, and then all the text messages, and then, everything else. And I have to say, honestly, if I was to put this on some sort of a graph, I would say that 85% of our relationship has all been through the telephone. Videos, chatting, whatever. Like, it's not been a lot in person. And I literally live down the street from this dude now. And I invite him over all the time. I didn't give him a key, although, you know what? And he doesn't know, I'm not going to tell him, but I had a second key made for him. Yeah, there's a key in my drawer waiting on him to act right, but he just acts a fool. He will never get that key. I'm saving that key for my real man. He's out there somewhere. God, maybe he's dealing with a narcissistic girlfriend. Oh my God, wouldn't that be funny? Wouldn't that be funny if the right guy for me is going through this exact same thing with some chick, and then we'll have a lot to talk about on our first date. So anyway, so I'm beating him at his own game today, and said, yeah, you know what, you're absolutely right. Let's just kind of, cool it for a little bit, not really talk that much, and let's just be buddies and, get to know each other, because you don't know me. I kept saying that. You don't know me. You don't know the real me. And you know what? That's actually true, because the things that he said in this text and the things he said all along is, he thinks I'm the monster. And I think that's really what he thinks. He thinks I'm out to get him. He thinks that everything that if I'm bitching, obviously he takes that as, oh, you're a bitch. And then if I'm even doing something good, he accuses me of having ulterior motives, and even when I buy him something, he's like, are you going to throw that in my face later? Just everything. I can't win with him. So I sent him this video this morning pretty early, and just saying, yeah, I'm cool with that. Let's just be friends. Yeah, let's do it. And you know what's funny? Of course, he's been hitting me up all day. I've been ignoring him, though, and I haven't even read anything. I haven't even been leaving him on read. I'm just ignoring it. All of his messages and his voicemails and stuff. I actually, you know what? I decided not to even listen to his voicemails, because he won't know that I heard it. But yeah, I'm just gonna energetically separate myself from him. So my point, that this video that I was actually, the reason I got on here was going to tell you something. So now he's coming down from the drugs. Well, actually, that's not true. So when he comes down from the drugs, that's when he gets really mean. Oh, fucking mean as hell. And that's probably what some of that text was yesterday. Just fucking nasty, man. And then after the drugs are getting out of his system and he's so angry and all that, then he starts to, then the shame and the apologies start coming in. And, the thing I don't know if I've mentioned this yet, but narcissists love bomb everybody. They'll love bomb a snail on the ground, because, that's how they manipulate people. And snails. Poor snails. Don't manipulate the snails. And people are motivated by kindness, and they know that. They know that if they play nice, because it's all a game to them, everything is play. And they know that if they play like they're being sweet, then that's going to entice the other person to, act however they want them to act. And so I noticed that he's been all over social media today, all over. Hit me up, but he's also he's hitting everybody up. So I just saw some stuff in the. I didn't respond to it. His like little story. So I don't know how I was able to see it, but I can kind of see what's written on someone's story, just a little tiny bit. It's like really, really small print. As long as you don't tap on it, they don't know that you saw it. So I was able to see a little bit, and then also some other stuff that he wrote on social media. And now he's apologizing to his family. So a whole bunch of stuff about his mom, his dad, and his kids and stuff. And I saw all that, and so now he's love bombing them. So he's not love bombing me today, probably because he's like, oh shit, she really took the bait on that friendship deal. So now he's probably kind of tripping out. And we'll see what happens in the middle of the night, because he's a vampire, and that's when he gets all of his bright ideas in the middle of the night and starts hitting me up. So we'll see. We'll see what goes on tonight. Either he'll ignore me or he'll really crazy love bomb me. I don't know. This is the first time. I'm a little scared. This is the first time ever that I really have pulled back my energy. Now, we've broken up and all that. Fuck you. I'm never going to talk to you again. Me saying that. But of course he knows that I just trip out. So he doesn't believe it. He's like, oh, she's just tripping, So I'm sure he thinks the same thing I think about him, where like, he says, I just need a few days. So I'm sure he thinks the same thing about me. He's probably like, oh, just give that bitch a few days. She'll calm down, stop tripping on me, fucking whatever, women. They're all the same, But this time, and he can feel my energy, and I can feel my energy right now. Making these videos for you guys is really helping me. So I hope they help you. And maybe you should make some videos, I mean, even if you don't even put them out, you could just make them for yourself and rewatch them. In fact, I was rewatching a couple of the videos I put on here, just kind of edit them or make sure, I said what I meant to say. And I caught myself saying like a little thing, and I was like, oh my gosh, so it might help you. We all know a lot more than we give ourselves credit for. And when we're just kind of freestyling it like this, just talking off the cuff, I said a couple of things in these videos that I rewatched, and I was like, damn, fucking A, man. Girl, you right. So anyway, I'm a little scared. This is literally the first time that now of course, I'd be lying if I said, oh yeah, I walked away. Okay, we're done. I didn't, of course not, I mean, I'm still stalking him on social media. That's how I saw his stuff. But yeah, I feel my energy, and he's feeling it too. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, so back to my point. These narcissists, they love bomb everybody. So right now he's love bombing his family, and he's, doing all of his apology stuff. And he didn't even say one thing, he just continued on and 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 on, and yeah. So anyway, yeah, never trust a narcissist. It's all fake. All of it. All of it. Okay, don't believe any of it. I mean, I know I say that, there is some truth in their lies, but, and there is, and when you're being lied to by a narcissist, you got to really, really, really listen, because every now and then they'll throw in a little nugget of truth. And that's the part that if you don't pay attention to it, that's the part that's going to fuck you up. It is. It is. So the best thing to do is to never interact with a narcissist. That's the recipe for success. But if you are interacting with a narcissist, one, everything is fake to them. And the thing is it's not that it's not fake to them, but somehow they twist it and make it fake to you. No, it is fake to them inside of their head. It's all fake. They hate everybody, and they hate this world so much that and I'm going to talk about demonic influence in one of these videos. Just give me a minute. I'm going to get that together. But there is something about this world and human beings. They don't like us. And like I said, everything that they spew out, it's all fake. None of it is true, because they don't mean any of it. They don't mean any of it. And that's why, another thing, oops, I'm about to cut off, but another thing that I've noticed about him, and of course, the drug addiction thing makes it tricky, because I don't know what's going on. Is it the drugs? Is it the narcissism? I don't know. But he forgets a lot of stuff that he says. And of course, he could be lying about that too. So either he's lying, it's the drugs, or it's the narcissism, but he forgets a lot of things that he says. And, I'll say, oh, remember when you said that? He's like, I didn't say that. I'm like, yeah, you did. And I think the reason they forget is because it was all fake to them in the first place. If it's just all fake in their head. So anyway, okay. Okay, remember, what's the lesson of today? Stay away from narcissists.